Hello, my name is Yasmin Afifi from Cairo, Egypt.
Yasmin lives in Cairo, the largest and busiest city in Africa, on the famous River Nile. It's a very ancient country, famous for the pyramids and for the tombs of the pharaohs. But it's also a lively modern city, and one of the most important centers of the Muslim religion, Islam. Yasmin lives in a modern block of flats in the very heart of the city. The school bus collects her and her brother every weekday, which in the Islamic world means from Sunday to Thursday. The journey to school with their friends goes along the side of the Nile and takes little time at all.
My school is Port Said School. It's 5 minutes away from my house by bus. I learn English there as well as my own language, Arabic. I think that I would like to go to the university. I want to study science because I like science very much, so I want to study science. I wish that I would be a doctor. The morning starts with assembly in the playground. We have morning exercises to get us ready for the day, and then we greet our headmistress and our flag.
And you have two equations of the first degree.
Today we are having a math test. We study English, math and science in English, and Arabic, religion, geography and history in our national language, Arabic. The subject that I really dislike is math.
And the next moment she was hating herself for the folly.
The teacher of English literature in the senior school is my father, Dr. Magid.
Mary, sometimes Mary gives information.
We are 4 in my family, my father, my mother, my brother and me.
هاي ازيك يا بود اخبارك يا حبيبي ها
حلو
شاي طبعا
مفيش مانع
شاي طبعا
My mother also works in the city. She is a business consultant teaching Arab customs to foreign companies. We live in a flat in the heart of Cairo, close to the River Nile. Of course, there are many poor areas in the city, but we also have motorways and modern shops and everything you would expect of a big city in Europe. We are 15 million people living here in Cairo. The city is growing bigger all the time with more crowding, more pollution, more traffic. I like living in this apartment because it's big and I live here with my parents. Also, I like to live in this part of Cairo because my friends and my colleagues are near, and it's one of the most beautiful parts in Cairo. After school, we sometimes go to our sports club. My favorite sport is basketball. Every Thursday, I go for training at the club. But today is a special Thursday because it's the night before the great Islamic feast of Eid al-Adha. Tomorrow will be a religious day for the family, but tonight our parents are taking us out for a special treat. We are taking a boat trip on the River Nile on a floating restaurant. The highlight of the evening is a performance of a traditional music and of the famous belly dance. Though this dancer is not from Egypt, she is from Russia. هنكلم مامتها وكده بعدين نقول لها ان احنا هنروح المنتزه عند هبه ابراهيم وباباها ومامتها يكونوا. On the feast of Eid al-Adha, it's traditional to look your best. So in the morning, we pay a visit to the hairdressers. Even Bassam has to come along for a trim downstairs. This is an orphanage and this is where we support little children. I came here today especially for the feast and this is the little girl that I support. Today I'm going to play with her, give her food, clothes and everything. But of course they don't need only clothes, food, to play. They need hugs and love. So I came today to give them the love that they really need. The feast of Eid al-Adha is one of the most important days of the year in our religion, Islam. It celebrates the story of the sacrifice of a lamb to God by the Prophet Ibrahim. He first agreed to sacrifice his son to God, but God allowed him to sacrifice a lamb instead. On the morning of the feast, lambs are slaughtered and parts of the meat are given to the poor. Women in Egypt do not usually pray in mosques. Instead, we put on our veils and pray quietly at home to our God Allah. I like the feast or the Eid because I make poor people happy by giving them meat and money. Also, I like it because I go to my grandmother's place where I see a lot of my relatives that I've never seen them for a very long time.
انجلترا لازم الثلاث.
This is the first day of the feast, and today we are having special food. As you see, this is called fatta. It's rice, bread, garlic, and sometimes we put red sauce on it.
Can you arrange the table?
The feast of Eid is a time for the whole family to come together. First, we visit my grandmother on my mother's side, then later we will visit my other grandmother. During the day, we will eat the meat of the lamb 2 times, once boiled and once grilled.
اعمل ايه؟
طب خليها تقعد دي
هاتي طبقك
خفيف.
بالراحه كده
خليك
حركه
السنورة
تبقى
الصبحية.
ايه؟ موزونه.
I like living in Cairo because I like to live among lots of people. It has a lots of shops and a lots of places I can visit. But all of us live along the Nile on a very narrow strip of fertile land surrounded by the desert. And we are building on more and more of this land. Sometimes I worry about the future. In the evening, there's time to relax and to have fun. Sometimes we go to fun fairs, but rarely, because my mother and father, they are afraid of the games and things like that. I really enjoy this feast of Eid because it's a holiday when I can relax with my family. And of course, there is no more school for 5 whole days.